Welcome in, everyone, to the Challenge After Show. Tonight, Jenna, Pamela, and I, Daniel, are going to talk about, oh my goodness, the Challenge USA Episode 1. And the name of that episode is The United States of Challenge.
Oh,
what the hell is that? They just moved the words around. What was that title? Anyways,
it's just cheesy. Is my interpretation is, oh, that's just corny.
We'll have to see what episode 2 brings us. Yeah. So anyways, what we're going to do here is we're going to break down the first half right here on our YouTube, and that is going to be talking about every single competitor that's going to appear this season. And the second half that we're going to put on our Patreon, which you can find in the link description below, is going to be what the hell actually happened on the episode. Got it, ladies?
Got it. Good. I feel like doing this when I hear Patreon or something. It just sounds like a superhero.
Yes. Well, one more congratulations to Wes then, because that was his move. And
Wes. So cast breakdown here, you see it, and then join our Patreon to see the breakdown of the episode. Is that correct? Okay.
Pamela, you nailed it. You're on board this week. I love it. I love it.
If I was on that X on the Beach game where you repeat what you think you like, so what I understood you said, I would have gotten it.
Like, your listening skills A+ today. Also, that's a plug for our Patreon, because if you are a patron to us,
yes,
our last show was us breaking down the cast members on the new season of MTV's The Challenge, season 38. But Pam was all twisted, did not know what was going on. So probably 25 minutes of that was just trying to explain what we were trying to do, the instructions of the show. So if you're feeling up to it, go watch that. And that's a plug for our Patreon.
It'll make you laugh.
And the best thing, I think we can all agree about the Challenge 38.
Oh God, we should
sorry, Challenge USA.
Even get into it. No, done.
God, you made me
zero in.
The meme, the beautiful mind meme. Did you say that last time? That's what was happening to me. The beautiful mind meme, where like the writing on the board and trying to think. Anyway, I think the best thing about this USA being on CBS was not having to hear eating in.
Rob Deerdeck.
Yeah. You mean not having to suffer through 45 seconds of ridiculousness in order to get to the challenge?
Yes.
Good take. That's
you also didn't have to see the astronaut with the flag land on the moon and say,
I don't mind that.
MTV. Well, that was from like back in the day when they actually played music though. So it like throws me off every time. I'm like, how is this your mascot? It's like your music mascot.
I like it.
Well,
I want to hear from you guys, just very overall, did you like this or did you not takes?
Pamela, you two loved it, I feel like, because you both are texting me like crazy. Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I think this is unprepared, this is off the cuff. But I think that what I liked about this is that the ages of everybody, it reminded me more of All Stars, which I kind of like, maybe just because it's more relatable. Like, I like that it wasn't just like, I'm a hot influencer.
Right.
And they all sort of seemed like they were real people. They had backgrounds, which I partly understood some of because I had watched Big Brother and Love Island. So I don't know Amazing Race or Survivor, but a lot of those people were from Big Brother. So I kind of had a little better understanding getting into it, which did help me. That's why I'm curious to see what you guys think, because there was a lot of things that I feel like I read the book, and if I just saw the movie, I might be like, I need a lot of blanks filled in. But I did feel like I had read the book, so I understood a lot coming in, which helped. And I just enjoyed it. I liked
Don't say too much.
I won't break it down, but I enjoyed it.
All right, Jenna, what did you think? I'll go last for this.
I actually loved it. I really enjoyed the entire episode, the characters, the politics. I think the challenge of the day was great. And I went into it being a hater, thinking this is the fake challenge. This is like the robbery of what is so close to our hearts. You know, we're so territorial and protective. We're like the cult following of the challenge. We love it so much. And I was like, what? Like a network is coming in and just kind of ripping it and taking it and making it its own. But I think, to your point, Pam, the competition level, all of these people have played games that are similar, whether it's in athleticism or strategy. And I thought those skill sets being brought was like an all-stars. And I thought that was really phenomenal, as well as just like the talking heads. You have people who are fun, who are entertaining to watch, but you have people who are cocky, and you might hate them, or you might love them, or you might love to hate them, that sort of thing. So I thought across the board, I was like, wow, this was really unexpectedly enjoyable and fun for me, and I loved it.
So ladies, everybody is saying what you two are saying. They are loving this.
You mean we're basic?
But
so you're saying we're unoriginal?
Well, no, but with that said, that's why I exist on this earth, to bring everybody back down to it, because we're all floating around, loving the crap out of this. Ladies, I hate Big Brother. I can't stand these cast members. There are two Big Brother people I like, and we'll get into that later. Well, actually, when we break down the cast members, we're going to get into that. There's two that I think, okay, I like these, but that cookout thing, whatever this cookout is, that burnt. I'll burn all the food. I hate the cookout. I'm done with this cookout shit. So that rubbed me the really wrong way. But overall, there are some people that I'm going to be rooting for. So just the Big Brother thing is really, and I don't like math puzzles. I figured it out. I like puzzles, but I don't like math puzzles. And someone brought it up in our comment section. They said the reason why All Stars 3 was really good, they had a lot of puzzles, but there wasn't as much math puzzles. It was more like problem solving or stacking blocks. It made it more interesting. So I was like that. So I'm like, that is what's problem. And I don't like, were you ladies able to add up those math problems in that thing?
Oh God,
no.
That's my point.
But
the whole thing was like they all did well except one team. Who cares?
I enjoy math problems as a viewer, because I do think it is like a little bit more exciting than just putting shapes together, but that's my opinion. And I also I can watch with admiration, right? Because I know that I would suck at it. I think that it's challenging. So in terms of a game, I like that they have to do it.
I agree with Jenna. Because I like literally stairs and math. Like that might be my definition of hell. If I had to do that challenge like on a loop over and over again, that might literally, like, I think I'd rather be like, there's like prison torture.
Hell.
I'm like trying to think of like another version of torture that
without internet. How about that? Because yesterday you lost internet, and for the show she said it was traumatic and devastating.
It was really a big struggle, and I'm really glad to be back. But stairs and math, like, I don't know how I felt so bad for whatever. We're not going to spoil, but I again empathized. And Dan, I'm writing down my predictions. I bet I know the two people that you like.
I think so too.
First of all, the guy I think is you can just say who you think,
Enzo and Egg. You like the kind of Italian dummy, the guy. Sorry, maybe I'm making him up.
Not Enzo. Well, no, he is not Enzo. And who is the other one you said?
Egg is kind of like sweet and Asian and smart.
I thought his name was Derek. Why do I think his name is Derek?
Egg on the. Oh no, maybe that was a different.
No, his name was totally Derek X.
No, but there was one with a nickname, but that was, I think, the guy who. Anyway, Egg, but Derek.
Yes, Derek is the bomb.com. He's the underdog, but he's also really smart. I'm rooting for this guy 100%. We're getting too much into spoilers here, but yeah, Derek's the man. I love Derek already.
I do have a response to your Big Brother comment and disliking the cookout, because that was the one season of Big Brother that I have watched about the 100 years that it's been on.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I actually
a lot of people too.
I do, yeah, and I actually really like almost all the cast members that came from that season. And the cookout was actually awesome and very historical. The way that they were able to keep their alliance under wraps. You didn't watch the season, so I think, they didn't have enough time to probably grow on you. Like we always talk about, the first time you meet somebody, we're always so quick to maybe not like them for certain characteristic traits. But the cookout was historical, and their alliance was awesome, and no one knew it the whole time they were working together. Like, they did such a good job.
But to me, it's like, in a way, they made it sound like they screwed over Derek and Angela.
Over their people that they were close friends with.
And I don't like that stuff. Well, that's because I haven't seen the season, so I don't like that.
Like Wes. But you like Wes, and he always is making side deals and fake deals and
They
puppeteering.
were making side deals and fake deals. It's just that they made the alliance so early that then they genuinely became really close with people outside of their alliance. And ultimately, you have to make decisions. So
and to defend Wes, the champion of All Stars 3, he's doing this by himself. He's not in a group of 4 screwing people over. He's doing it. He's doing solo. He's mind tricking everyone as an individual. I love that stuff.
Yeah, totally valid. No, and that's what got really difficult in the Big Brother season, is that they each had somebody who they were super close with outside of their Cookout alliance, and it made it really hard and difficult for all of them. But they had their vision from day one. Their side alliances just happened along the way, but they always had the Cookout that they had to be loyal to, and that's how they finished. So, but yeah, we'll get into the Big Brother cast.
They make me feel like the loser that wasn't invited to the Cookout. That's why I don't want to. I feel like I'm like, I don't get to come to the high school graduation party. I wasn't in that clique. I don't like that. I'm bothered.
Well, listen.
So my favorite, though, for people that did, because my favorite character was cast member was Chada. She was my favorite on that season. So
Hannah, yeah.
I was like, who's that? I don't see that person here.
She's not on it. Unfortunately, she's like the one cast member from that season that's not on it. I guess
what season Big Brother are we talking here? Like, what's the number?
21, 22?
I think it was 24, 20. Yeah, no, you might be right. Yeah, but that wasn't a great cast. Chada was also phenomenal. Derek, your favorite Derek, was so good. I loved him. I wanted him to win the whole thing. He's so smart. And that's why it's kind of funny that he mentioned in the beginning, when we start to get introduced to people, he says that everyone here is a super athlete and a bodybuilder and super strong, but I have my brains and I don't really fit into the athletic mold. He did really well at the Big Brother games. He's definitely athletic.
He's being humble. All right. See, I like him even more now.
Also, Big Brother, a lot of the challenges, they're not, first of all, so the space they have to do the Big Brother challenges is they're locked in house. So they're not running up mountains and explosions and jumping off planes.
Do they not get daylight that whole time, by the way? They not get daylight?
They do it outside.
Okay, because that's not good to not get vitamin D. I'm just saying. All right, go on.
They honestly, they might have a open courtyard area, but don't go outside. Like, they are trapped. And
I'm telling you, if you don't get vitamin D, you're screwed.
They might have sky because they show them sunbathing and stuff. So they might have, I'm sure
they do get sunlight. Yeah,
they have a fake backyard area, but like they are officially trapped.
All right. Anyways,
again, my point was a lot of the challenges are like, you're in a line and you have to toss a bag the closest to the number 1. Like, they're not, you don't need to necessarily be the buffest.
Okay. They're playing cornhole. Okay. Got it.
They're playing dizzy bat, skee ball, and balance beating. So yeah. But sometimes it is helpful. You still need to have
endurance sometimes, but to run back and forth to the dizzy bats, not to you don't have to be the most worked out person in the world to win. Put it that way.
Understood.
All right, let's get into these other characters.
So what I've done here is I'm on newsweek.com and I have all of them broken down here on the thing. I also wrote them down on a piece of paper. We're going to do them in order because there's 4 different types of shows we got here. We have Big Brother, who we mentioned, Amazing Race, Survivor, and Love Island. We're going to start with Love Island just because that's the top of the list. And the first guy that's written here is Keshel, who dated Kira, who we also know from X on the Beach season 5, who now apparently lives with David, but he was not mentioned in that episode, so we're not sure if they're even together anymore. But so those are our first 2. We have Keshel, Kira. They used to date on Love Island. They're not together anymore. Thoughts on these 2 first participants?
Keshel was fine. It was another Kira. It all flooded back to me because I watched her season. Everybody falls in love with her the way David did. She's a heartbreaker. Keshel did too. Like, he was super in love with her and she was like, I don't know. And then I feel bad for him. That's all I can say. Because clearly he's still.
No, he's doing it for the cameras. He's doing it for Danny drama. He knows I'm buying into this where I shouldn't be. It's all fake.
I believe it because he really did like her. She sort of broke his heart because I think that was the situation. People don't kill me if I watch a lot of TV, but I remember is that he liked her the whole time she pursued Emily, her ex, was like a 2 seconds to the end entry and she chose her at the end, but that meant they went on one date. I think she picked Emily over Keshel, but it didn't mean they really had a relationship. I might be wrong, but something like that. I have one moment without spoiling where everyone was like, kiss, kiss, and Emily and Kira just goes, did you see that?
I love
He's
on
like,
the college. I missed that part.
oh, after they did their thing. So
I didn't miss that part, but she's not going to do that because it's too soon in the game, and she knows she's on TV. She's going to try to
keep a little kiss, but her no looked. No. I was like, oh, she might really like David. Like her no was like not even.
Oh, now Pamela's on my side with Team David. What's that about?
She was like, we're not even entertaining. Like she wasn't even like, it's TV, maybe stop. She was like,
whether she's fully Team David or not, I think she's just absolutely not interested in Keshel. Like she's just friend zoning him and their interaction. So you feel bad for him. That is the nicer, more empathetic take. I was finding the humor in like how badly he was trying to flirt with her and how reluctant she was to it. She was just miss me with that, dodging him left and right. And I was enjoying that interaction. I laughed out loud so loud when she said, like, why are you just repeating back everything I say? Like he was really trying to spit some game and it wasn't going through. But yeah.
At the end, he says his line though.
I think they'll be entertaining to watch because really.
Well, just at the end, he says his line like "never say never," basically. So he's trying to keep the audience thinking he has a chance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jenna, do you believe that he sincerely wants her back, or do you think
I just don't believe it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. She's friend zoning him. She's not into it. He might think he wants it, but I think that he's just romanticizing it or playing it up for cameras.
Okay.
Do we want to rank if we're going to give any of these people a chance to? Do we think either of these people have a chance to win it? Yes or no? Can we do a yes or no? So you're saying no to both?
God, I'm going to say maybe to everybody.
Just say yes or no. Say
yes. Sort of show.
We got to do binary, 0 or 1. Yes or no?
But they were good on this daily challenge. I feel like why
But
not?
Jenna, that's hard to say. They all finished the damn thing.
You cannot rule anybody out.
So you're going to say yes to everybody, basically. There's no point in doing this.
Guessing I think that.
I won't say yes to everybody, but I will say yes to them. I think that they could, why not? Okay, I'm saying no.
All right, let's not even play this game because y'all are going to we're all going to make a long time here to decide. All right.
I know, I'm too manic for this. I'm sorry.
I think we should give predictions though.
At the end.
To see those, yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Okay, fine. That's fine.
That'll be fun to see if we're close.
The next guy from Love Island is Cinco. His real name is Melvin Holland Jr. I'd call myself Cinco as well. So he's going with Cinco because he don't want to be called Melvin.
Cinco
is the one that he was dating. Wasn't he dating Cache and he screwed her over?
That's what, yes.
Her name's Cash. They call her Cash.
Yeah, them that much, but he seems
okay.
Cool. We don't have much.
So Cinco is the one with the Love Island breakup. That was pretty much all that resonated with me about him. I believe he performed well. I have my notes, but it's just so much to go through. This is one of those episodes where if you don't know people, you have to learn who they are. And we were introduced to a lot of people. So I feel like my biggest takeaway with him is that they were kind of threading his breakup throughout the storyline of this episode. It didn't seem as if he was that bothered by it. It seems like his ex-girlfriend was a lot more bothered. So I think, they have to mention it. And for me, because we come from the MTV one and we love the reality gossipy part of it, I was like, ooh, is this going to be interesting? What's going to happen with this breakup? So they bring it up. So hopefully it teases into something, maybe it will bring something to the table. But yeah, that was kind of my biggest takeaway with him.
Who was his partner in the challenge?
I have it written down. Hold on.
Desi, and Desi looks strong.
And they finished in the top 4 technically.
Okay.
They were really strong. They competed really well. I do remember that. And he looks incredibly athletic.
He looks like yeah. He played football, right? Like he was on the Dallas Cowboys.
No, that's Danny.
No, that's Danny.
And I'm totally rooting for Danny because I'm a Cowboys fan. And although I don't really remember him being a part of the team,
I'm pretty sure it may have been a practice squad situation, or
that's not like even like a Fessy like D1, but you've never heard of the school. Like that's the Dallas Cowboys. I know who they are.
Hopefully you should. They're like the biggest, most franchise with the most notoriety.
They are America's team.
They're America's. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they
I don't know
have
if
a lot of
that's
cons to them. Anyway, that's a different.
His ex-girlfriend's
Sidebar.
name is who we just mentioned, Cache, or they calling her Cash. That's the one that was with Melvin / Cinco. I'm gonna call him Mel the whole rest of the season just for fun.
Okay.
Do you think why is he called Cinco, by the way? We need to look that up. Why is he number 5?
He's Melvin something. Maybe he's the 5th. That would make
It
sense.
says junior here on his thing. He's a junior. He's a 2.
I don't know. Maybe it's just his middle name, and maybe he likes to go by that instead. It might not be that deep. But a lot of these Love Island people are surprising me because they're way more athletic and just competitive than I would have imagined. I thought that they would just be like, they were on a dating show, right? So although they're hot and they look good on the dating show, you think that it's more of the Instagram popcorn muscles. You didn't think that they could actually kind of bring the athleticism to the table, but they're surprising me. And he's a fitness trainer, so he'll be, but I think in more of a way, than, just your Instagram hottie filming himself at the gym. Like, he is a fitness trainer. He's a co-founder of a fitness facility.
I have a game. So how many members are in this cast right now?
28.
28. God, it seems like so many more. Okay. Over or under half are fitness instructors. So there's 28. I'm going to say, I think at least 15 are fitness instructors.
I'll go under. It's obviously under.
I would go under too.
I'm totally right. Okay. I said at least 15.
Yeah, that'd be the over.
At least 15 are definitely fitness instructors.
I go under because I don't doubt that there's a lot of Instagram hotties, but I don't think all of them are like certified fitness trainers.
Yeah, and I'm thinking James and Derek already are not.
To stop their job for a long time and go on a show, like fitness trainers.
But right. Yes, but these guys are also, they're just trying to be reality trainers. They're just trying to be on reality TV all the time. I think this is Kira's 3rd show. Kira's on her 3rd show right now.
I love Kira. I think I would leave Luke for Kira too. I think she's got a magic
power.
Well, Luke, watch out, Luke. My God.
Luke, are you there? We have to talk to you about something.
But she is, and I sort of get it. Do you guys get it? Like, I feel like just when people fall for her, it's like Kira is all you can see.
She was actually pretty magnetic on this episode. For some reason, it didn't stick out to me in X on the Beach, but when I saw her walk into this challenge house, I felt similarly, Pam. I was like, ooh, I felt kind of smitten by her. I was like, wow, Kira, you just look amazing, girl.
Yeah, I think she's just cool. And it comes out like she's really easygoing. And she also has that aloof, like, I feel like you'd forever be trying to get her, even if she was your wife. Like, yeah,
she's a challenge in and of herself.
Like forever. Like, yeah, she's. It's funny. I think my crush on her is more that I think I'm like the opposite of that. Like, I'm like, hey, okay, I like you. Like, when I like someone, like, there's no game. Then it's like, how do you maintain that level of and maybe it's sad. Maybe she never does really fully like it.
You're exposing a lot about your relationship. We're getting a lot of insight into your marriage. There was no games. You were just like, okay, I like you, Luke. And now you're just ready to leave him for Kira. So
I'm not really going to leave him for Kira, but I think I'm jealous of the kind of person that has that sort of like, I don't know, she's living with me, but does she like me? I hope so. Like,
comment in the comment section below if you want us to get Kira on our after show to see what happens to Pam.
Oh my God, I would love.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Kira.
Our next contestant is Justine. She was on Love Island 2. This is the one that took place in Vegas during the pandemic. I watched this whole season. Justine won the whole damn thing, Pamela.
You did? Okay, so what's your insider scoop? Because I don't really know anything.
Oh, she was great. She's friends with Sally.
Her and Sally are best friends. Both of them are weak. Both of them are weak sauce. They're not going to go anywhere in this show. Oh, wait. Sally's already gone. I was right.
Sally on
Justine ain't going anywhere. Justine's going to get knocked off real quick. Guaranteed. I have no spoilers, I swear.
I agree with you. I forget all these people came flooding back to me when I saw it. So Justine and her guy broke up now in real life. Did she say those?
I assume so. That was all for the damn show. I knew right away. When I was watching it, I was like, this is for the show. Yeah. I could tell.
And so I remember really liking both of them and like being amused by their I mean, I don't have that much to say and they're not going to go anywhere, but yeah, I did remember them once we watched this. I was like, oh, I remember Sally, the guy she dated. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, Sally. Oh, Johnny is who she dated, and Johnny goes to my gym. We talk about him. Yes.
Okay, now I remember because he was kind of a dog, and she was really.
Yeah, he went to the other house and hooked up with another girl, then came back saying, "I'm sorry, take me back," and she did. So, Sally, shame on you.
Sally, no, I like Sally, and I like
She was
Justine,
really
and I
sweet.
like Cash and this girl triangle Love Island bestie group 3LW situation that's happening. I love it. I love their friendship. I think they're fun. I think all the Islanders bring the fun to it. Like they're the partiers. They're the ones who maybe aren't as competitive, although they did surprise me. I discredit them more going into the episode. But they also just bring like the humor, and they're there for the fun experience instead of taking it way too seriously and being all like game. And you need those people on the show. So I was enjoying Justine. Yeah, but also we didn't get to see much else.
Except who's
so
the
many
one
people.
girl? She's horrible.
We're gonna get to Shannon in a second, ladies.
No,
but hold
I
on.
enjoyed Shannon.
I enjoy Jenna. I'm 100% on your
her.
team. Enjoyed Shannon. I love Cash. I think she's great. I loved Sally on Love Island. Did not like her in this episode. She came off just annoying to me.
You couldn't tell how charming she was in this at all. Like she was just Jenna in Love Island, like
Sally.
Sally, who went home. That's why you felt bad for her because this guy was kind of a dog, and she was like, "But I just have so much love to give."
She was
I
just.
want to forgive him because she was good.
She seemed real. She seemed really real on Love Island.
Sweet, like just that's all I remember. Her coming off really sweet, and I hate all these people, so I remember really liking her and being on Team Sally. So.
Well, let's talk about Shannon because I am shocked, Pamela, and I'm going to tell you why I'm shocked at you. I get that Jen and I like her. That's great and all. But the fact that you don't like her, I'm shocked because guess what treatment she got in this episode?
The Cara Maria treatment?
Nope. She got the Michaela Lives treatment. They made up an excuse that she was weak and wanted to go home and she wasn't here for the right reasons. And it was the exact same thing that the garbage girl that believes in aliens did to what's her face. What's the alien girl name who will never appear on the show again?
Emmy.
Emmy will never be back because she believes in aliens and she does other bad things. So
no, she is one. She is an alien.
Yeah, I'm an alien. Okay, that was a great rendition. She got the Michaela treatment. They made up an excuse to try to throw her in. What are you talking about, Pam? That's what happened.
Well, actually, I'm going to fight you on this, but we've spent for someone who says they don't like Michaela, you sure bring her up a lot.
Michaela lives.
Michaela lives. Yeah, M's.
Oh, that'd be good. No, the Michaela lives. That'd be good.
Your blur.
So, Michaela, the whole thing was that she wrote a note that she was weak and didn't want to be there. And Emmy is a scammer. So their true colors came out. This Shannon girl really was complaining and wanted to leave. So like she wasn't thrown under the bus. She
did, but she had a change. She changed within 2 days. Okay. Right.
Everybody else there, because you auditioned 98 times, go to 25 casting reviews, quit your job, sign up, wanted to be there. So when you get there and you're like, I don't know, it's like you weren't plucked from your bed in the middle of the night, dropped there. You were a part of the process. So anyone that's saying, I don't want to be there, that is an excuse that I would glom onto too, especially with all the other things. And all I can say is thank God for her strategic partner, whomever, Justine, James, or they would have 1,000,000%.
I think it's a scapegoat situation because of what happened in the aftermath. Either way, that's why I'm shocked that you weren't like, she's still getting scapegoated, even though it's a different reason.
Scapegoated. I agree, but what do you do on the first episode? You scapegoat someone. Michaela's, I felt like was a conversation in the bunks, or I would call it like the exact same place, like the War of the World vibes. I got that War of the World vibes going on. Squid Games. Did you watch Squid Games?
Sure, yeah.
Scary. They're like living in Squid Games.
Jenna, watch Squid Games. It's so good.
I will. It just looks like I need to be in a certain mental state.
You're gonna have to do some reading. You gotta do some reading. That's for sure.
Of the
It's
show.
subtitled, Pamela. All right.
Oh, I mean that I need to make sure, I don't know, I'm not like working remotely or something. I feel like it would just make me even crazier. You know what I mean? Like I need to make sure I'm getting fresh air and all that. Anyway, that's a sidebar tangent.
Is during a time of, I remember when I was going crazy, I watched a lot of those kinds of shows and it was getting to me.
That's what I mean.
At the point, it's like just watching Hunger Games is the only kind of movie you watch ever. Like you start to be like, and then the world, so then that's bad. So you're like, well, where do I turn? Like, what's good? And then you start watching,
So I definitely don't want to be like every day. So with
back to the bunker.
Back to the bunker. Go ahead.
Sorry. My
to
ADD
me
in the morning is extra bad because I'm not medicated yet. So like by the night, usually
we'll get you to keep drinking whatever's in that cup you got. So in the bunker, to me, it felt like Shannon was just trying to vent or see like, hey, I'm going through a lot right now. This is a lot more than I thought it could be. Not that I want to go home necessarily. Just like I'm having a hard time adjusting. That's the vibe I got. Maybe I'm wrong. People will comment in the comment section about it, but there you go.
It's not a big deal. Like, yes, it was turned into a bigger deal than it needed to be, but it wasn't a made up slanderous scheme created by an alien either. It was like
by Emmy.
Right.
No, I agree with you, Dan. And to your point, Pam, that's definitely a fair, reasonable justification of a way to feel about her. And that's how a lot of people felt, is like other people could be here who want to be here. Other people have trained here, and maybe you're not really into the opportunity. I get that. However, I'm fine with it. And I was rocking with her because I appreciate when people just like are themselves. And I think that she was just having a human moment. And I think that maybe she was really into it. And then she got there and she could have been like, oh shit, like this is really overwhelming for me. I realized that I'm not really fit. Like maybe I am an Instagram hottie, but I'm not an athlete. So maybe she thought her popcorn muscles were going to get her further. And I really appreciated just her like candid banter. She's like, I'm in there trying to do push-ups. I can't do push-ups. And so asks her, how many push-ups? She's like, none of your business. I just thought she was a funny personality and like somebody that I would enjoy being around. So
can someone not
minded, by the way, it was not her. Like, I just didn't really like her at all anyway.
All right. Well, can someone not seek comfort in another human being without getting totally scapegoated for it? Come on now.
What any of my issues were with her. First of all, okay, mine are all surface and rude. And again, I don't know.
Yeah, below the surface.
I thought I couldn't recognize her from makeup to not makeup.
Oh.
Oh, really? I thought she looked just as good without makeup on.
So cute without makeup. And then I was like, who's this F doll? When she put on, so I like people that transform that much.
I've heard of an F doll.
Barbie doll. I've heard of a Barbie doll.
Oh, like a inflatable.
That's what she looked, and then like I couldn't even reconcile those two people with the same person.
You know what? That's
Pamela. All right, Pamela. Here we go.
Right, I'm gonna let you have your moment.
Pamela, I'll tell you someone I didn't like, and I have reasons for not liking him. He's also from Love Island. His name is Giovanni. This guy.
No, I like Giovanni.
Giovanni I take comedy very seriously, Jenna, and this guy thought he was hilarious, and he was the most funny person I've met in a long time.
I thought he was funny.
He's an unfunny honey.
He is an unfunny honey, Pamela.
But I saw moments of him not trying that hard either. I think that in some moments I just got like an excitable vibe from him. I didn't get that he was trying to be a stand-up comedian. I just thought that he was like trying to make fun and light of the situations. You know what I mean? Him and Sally seemed,
partner, right?
Him and Sally seemed fun. They seemed energetic, and they're like, "All right, like we're Love Islanders. Let's have some fun with this."
Go watch Love, and she's great. Yes, she's great in Love Island. Sally is great. Yes.
All the Love Island guys and girls, again, like really, like I have a hard time with them. So if they didn't, I remember him in this episode for obvious reasons, but I don't have that much to say about him other than that.
All right.
I like that when he said, "We're so smart, it's dumb." But I don't think Dan, for someone who loves comedy, you're taking things really,
comedy is what I take seriously because there's so many bad comics out there, and he's not even a comic. He's just trying to be funny on reality TV.
I don't think he was trying to anyway.
Yes, he was. He even said at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving first, but I'm still like the funniest dude ever. I'm still Mr. Comedy over here." He said that in a non-Italian accent, but he said it.
Right, in a non-Italian accent.
Right. All right. I was so happy to see him go. And then Sally's our last one, which we kind of already talked about. And she's also gone. So whatever. Yeah. Bye, Sally.
Okay. So that wraps up Love Island.
We're moving.
The takeaways, I enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Takeaways, I'm just rooting for Cash, I think, is the only one I like.
Okay.
Oh, Shannon. I like Shannon. Shannon.
It's episode 1. We have a lot of knee-jerk reactions. We have a lot of like love and hates right off Jump Street.
Oh, I like Kira too. I like Kira too. So there you go. I got 3 people.
Oh, right. I consider her like an ex on the beach only because I don't watch Love Island.
Right. Right.
Okay. So are we moving on to Big Brother?
We are moving on. You have the list up too, I see, Jenna, yes?
I'm on Newsweek. Okay, great. I understood the assignment of our leader.
And I'm trying to keep them in order. I'm trying to keep them like in the groupings. Like David is not in the cookout, correct? So we can talk about David.
He's from a different season. Okay, I can shed some insight on David because I guess maybe I fibbed and I did see another season of Big Brother.
Okay, good.
But only because my friend moved in, remember, and did the whole fantasy team of Big Brother, and it got me familiar with some of these people. David really just didn't work it out in his mind. Like the smarts and the social awareness and the intelligence of the game was not David's strong suit. And I remember that seeing him compete in today's daily challenge, because we see him just like lights are on, no one's really home sort of thing. Like he kind of is just like, I don't know what numbers.
I remember that
he
now.
Wasn't the sharpest. And
with Davon on a season, right? Like he was the first.
I think he was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, I remember that too from exactly what you're saying. Like he almost thinks himself.
Yeah, exactly. Like he almost tries too hard politically that it's a bust. And he just seems a little bit like, I don't know, spacey in some of the challenges and stuff.
Agreed. So. Who was his partner in this episode 1?
Kayla from also I think from Survivor or something. Survivor. Yeah. No. Amazing Race. Kayla's from Amazing Race.
Okay.
I like Kayla. We'll get into her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's David. I don't know if anybody else has any.
I forgot he existed until I see a picture here. I swear I had no idea he even existed until I saw his picture. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I agree with both of you.
All right. Verdict is in. Azah.
Well, talking about Azah or whatever her name is. Oh, Huzzah. It's from it's like a celebration thing. Huzzah.
Oh.
I was trying to do a transition there. It didn't work. Azah is in the cookout, correct?
She was, yes.
Okay. Don't like her. Go on. Anyone else?
My goodness. Okay. So my take on Azah is something I said before about a lot of reality TV people, that I actually think I really like her as a person, but I don't think that she's the best on reality TV. Just because like competition wise, we obviously saw her today and she wasn't like super great at the challenges in Big Brother either. Politically, she just kind of hung back. She wasn't really like working anything. She wasn't doing any scheming or alliances. So I think that she's kind of like boring TV, but it's what I say about like boring TV. People are probably actually like just really level-headed, cool, normal people in real life. So that's kind of what I get from her.
I feel like what you said is correct, but I have a slight negative feeling about her. And again, these are like memory perceptions. I feel like she got mad at someone on Big Brother for not throwing something so she could win. And it was pretty much out of vanity at that point than safety. I just remember her being like, I wanted to win. Like I gave you a look saying, let me win. And I was like,
yeah, that did happen.
So
You're right.
I don't love that. But again, all
totally fair, yeah.
Can be. Big Brother is another like Love Island and that's on like 100 episodes a week. So when I watch that season, you're like doing other things. So I'm like, tuning into certain moments. So there's certain things that I may be misremembering, but I remember being like, that's weak. Like, that's not that cool to just get.
Yeah, I do think that happened, but I also believe it was planned. You know, I think that she was the intended person to win out of that group. And then I think somebody was like, nah, never mind, fuck it. So if I'm remembering correctly, but anyway, I'm sure our commenters will let us know.
Going wild. Sounds to me like she's a Casey 2.0. So
no,
I'm all set. But
no, she's not Casey. Casey is like a primetime athlete. That's why it's like.
You said she makes good. She doesn't make good TV though. That's Casey.
Yeah, but Casey is athletic.
All right, so she's a poor girl's Casey. She's even worse than Casey is what we're saying here. Great. Jenna, we can announce that Alyssa is next. Now, Alyssa, I like Alyssa. I like Alyssa because her and Derek, I'm hoping if I get the payoff that I want is that her and Derek will go against the cookout at some point and screw that whole alliance up. Because that cookout's still working together.
Okay, Jenna, I'll let you talk so that I'm not just.
So I just really like Alyssa as a person. I think she's chill and cool. She made a great alliance with X. They were teammates the entire time of Big Brother. So,
but then he screwed her over, or what?
Well, because he was part of the bigger alliance of the cookout. Yes, he ultimately did have to be a part of the group that voted her out. So yeah, I can understand that, but this is also, that was their goal from the beginning. So that's why it was just such an interesting experiment to watch, because it does put you in those positions. Everybody in the cookout had to do that to somebody that they really ended up loving on the show. They all had their outside right-hand person that wasn't in the cookout, and they had to make those decisions. So Alyssa sadly was collateral damage. I think, she was an average competitor. She wasn't winning daily comps or really excelling. But I still think that I'm interested in her and on this show and seeing if she'll, how she'll perform. I just kind of get good vibes from her.
Go ahead, Pamela.
She's a fine person in life. She's zero impression on me. She's
good breakdown, Pamela.
Pretty. That's how I felt on Big Brother, and that's how I feel here. She's pretty. She never made any social moves really. She was subpar at she was just there, and she was pretty.
Really? I don't think she was there. I think she definitely had a personality and an intelligence. She wasn't just an airhead pretty.
No, I think she wasn't stupid, but she wasn't smart either. She wasn't savvy or clever either. I wouldn't describe her as. I describe her as pretty. That is
I think that she, and we're seeing this in the first episode, that her being burned by X has jaded her, because I think her weakness was just being very comfortable and loyal in her alliances and relationships. To your point, I don't think she strategized outside of her small alliances or thought about potential issues. I think that she just felt very safe and comfortable with X. She also, Dan, was in a showmance on Big Brother that was fun, but at points cringy to watch. But you love that, brings entertainment as well. So she was with somebody and they had an alliance the whole time too.
Again.
With Christian, and Christian was really strong and athletic, and so people gunned for him. Not pretty early. He was on for several episodes, but he did end up having
a lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
And he was real cute, and then he went home real early. Okay, so
yeah. So Alyssa, basically, again, seeing that this is one of the Big Brother seasons that I have watched, and I just thought the season was really good. I'm pretty excited by pretty much all of these Big Brother competitors, but we can move on.
My rude comment about her that's mean is that she's the poor man's Angela. She reminded me of Angela in terms of being kind of composed and pretty, but not nearly as good at strategizing her competitions.
Angela from X on the Beach?
No, from Big Brother.
Oh, the one we're going to get to her though.
Yeah.
Angela from Big Brother is I know they're using this word Titan, so I don't want to use it, but I feel she's dominant. She's not.
Right, but subtly, she doesn't really, she sort of lets the other people get the blood on their hands, but
I think she's way stronger than Alyssa. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. She was Alyssa. That's why Alyssa was the poor man's.
Alyssa's the poor man version.
She had a romance, just like Angela. She had I don't know.
All right. Up next is Tiffany. She's in the cookout. Don't like her. Go on. Don't care.
I can't believe it. I really enjoyed Tiffany on that season because she.
Well, I didn't watch it.
She ruffled some feathers, but I love when she gets all low and serious, and she just is this is what I'm gonna do. She was pretty adamant in her thoughts on Big Brother and really pushed people into doing what she wanted. So sometimes I was like, Tiffany, you're not king of this entire house, relax, girl. But at the same time, I enjoy her.
I love Tiffany 1,000,000%. I voted for her for America's favorite house guest. I like that she usually in Big Brother, again, these are like memories of memories. I remember always agreeing with her. So I'm saying, like, I feel like I remember being like, yes, Tiffany, how can they not agree with you? Like, whenever within the cookout there was internal disputes, I was always team Tiffany. I really like her. I think she's got a good chance at a lot of things. She's strategic. She's athletic. I think she's up there. I don't know if she'll win it all, but I think she's one to watch.
She's well-rounded for sure. Yeah.
Good game. She's good social. She's not boring. She's talented. Like I think she's a good package.
She thinks a lot. Like, she was very good at Big Brother, Dan. She definitely was like, okay, how can I wheel and deal? Like, what's next? She was kind of like 2 steps ahead. Team.
How many people appear in the Big Brother house at the same time to start?
I feel like 20.
Okay. I just look, all these people can change my mind on the next episode. I'm just saying right now, I was just like, she's mean and she's in the cookout and she got rid of Derek and Alyssa or whatever the hell the names are, and I'm sad about it. That's where my mind is with that. Episode 2 could change it.
You are completely entitled to your opinions. I wonder if you'll turn around on her, because I really like her.
Oh, I'll be the first to admit it. Just like you should have seen our after show last week for the final. I was like, John A's the real deal. Finally, I finally said it.
Oh, right.
2 days ago, not last week, 2 days ago.
And I know that these people, again, just so that people don't get mad at us, everything we say is a snap judgment based on a snap.
Feel free to get mad. I love the comments. Go on, comment away.
Because I'm like, I think I hate her, and they're like, how the fuck you? She's the best. She like gives to orphans. And I'm like, all right.
It just stands. It just stand culture. You know, it's defender stand culture. But I have nothing but positive things to say about this next person.
Really?
I love Enzo. He is my king of Bayonne. He is a Jersey boy from Bayonne. He dresses like he's still in the Sopranos, or he wants to be in the Sopranos. I just love and appreciate and enjoy him so much with his Jersey accent. And he's just so like, he's just kind of such a doof sometimes. It just has this personality that is so fun to watch. I want us to interview him. I want to do a link up. Maybe I can go to Bayonne. Maybe he can come in. I just feel like Enzo.
A week from today. So let's get all the New Jersey people. Maybe him and Marie should date. Anyway.
So I'm confused though. They didn't. So I never watched him on any other shows. They didn't show. They showed him in like one confessional. That's it. So how was I supposed to get to know this guy? And
someone like you, totally.
When they finally showed him. When they finally showed him in the confessional, I was like, is that Gabo?
What?
I was like, am I looking at Gabo right now from the challenge?
He's not an intellect, Enzo.
It looked like Gabo to me for a second. No, look at Gabo, put him next to each other.
I don't think he looks like Gabo, but I see the comparison. Enzo's very sweet. I also love him.
Great.
No, I love him so much. And I don't think that it's not like he's uncapable. He's not really that bad.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know anything about him yet. I'm waiting to see. I didn't see him in the episode. I don't know what you girls saw that I didn't see.
Enzo will win you over. He'll win you over.
He's a big brother. He's very sweet. I feel like, and I don't remember, I hope this isn't spoiling. Wasn't he the runner-up on his season?
It says third. It says third.
On All Stars.
Third place on 12 and second place on 22.
Because he's one of those people that like, it's almost like when I watch Josh and I'm like, I love Enzo a lot more than Josh. But when I'm like, how did he win? And they're like, oh, because the person he was against. Enzo goes this far because people are like, I mean, he's not going to beat me Enzo's really sweet, but I think that he gets, you know, we'll see what Enzo delivers.
He got third place, then he got second place. Maybe it's time for him to get first place. There you go. And there you go. There's some positive for you ladies who are just in love with this guy.
No, he is genuinely sweet. He is a good TV character.
I can't wait. Ladies, all I'm saying is I can't wait to see him because that episode didn't show me anything from this guy. I don't know how sweet he is.
You don't need to see anything, Dan. His name is motherfucking Enzo Palumbo.
He did.
And he's from Bayonne. Do you hear me? Or do you hear me?
I heard him do some exposition like, oh, in this game, we're going to climb down the building. That's all he said. Like, what am I supposed to do? Get to know this guy.
You know what he would say to you? Hate us as his motivators. So keep hating.
Jenna loves Enzo. Now I got it. Please, in the comment section below, tell us if you want us to get Enzo on the show so Jenna can be falling in love with him.
I know, right? I hope he's not like cancelable now that I'm just like, he's the best. But anyway.
Anyways, Xavier is next. He's in the cookout as well. Is he like the leader of the cookout? That's what they made it sound like to me. Or am I wrong?
He won his season. He's very strategic. He pretended to be a bartender, but really he's like a very successful lawyer. Mm-hmm. So he didn't want everyone to know how smart he was.
I love that. That's good stuff.
He's very smart. He's very athletic. He's cunning, and he's nice and likable. So he really is he's also just, you don't hate him. He's not a bit like, he's a nice guy. He's a smart guy. He's a compassionate guy. He's definitely a one to beat. So he's a threatening competitor. He's a big threat.
He is threatening. And Dan, I think you would have liked him a lot if you watched the Big Brother show.
Well, I love the concept of being someone you're not and then trying to be an actor and get away with it. So just because of that story, I hate the cookout, but I might be in for this Professor X bullshit.
I think Tiffany was like, I'm not buying that this guy's a bartender. He doesn't seem.
Oh, she called him out, you're saying?
She didn't call him out at first because it's not like a bartender's like a terribly insulting thing to be or anything. But she was starting to realize that the way he was sort of disciplined, she's like, he doesn't sleep late. He doesn't live anything lifestyle-y of like a bartender. She's also smart and savvy and was like, I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's something like that he doesn't want us to know. Because
I want to say that he also said that he was like a physical trainer or something, right? I think he said he was like a bartender slash person. Yeah, because those do seem like you could be both, especially with him looking so strong. He probably had to have a reason for that. But yeah, he did well in the Daily Challenge, but maybe not as well as I thought, just because he dominated his season of Big Brother. But this is a totally different world. I have to remember that, totally different scale of competition. So I'm hoping he does well because he's great.
He didn't finish in the top 3, so we don't know where he finished. He could be 4, he could be 10. I don't know.
Who didn't finish in the top? In this first
in the challenge of the day.
Okay.
So next up,
Jenna's keeping this moving right now.
Okay.
Keeping this moving. We got things to do, So Angela, I have known nothing about other than introduction on this show, and she's really just a beast. She has the resume of different types of athletics, so she's very diverse. And she seems to just be very composed. So yeah, I'm feeling her. She seems like she's gonna be great.
Let me tell you about her. So she was on Casey season. So Angela.
I don't like her now. Angela
was in a showman's. Her boyfriend was a sweeter version of the guy she was partnered with today, like a long-haired kind of ginger who won. Or no, he came up second to Casey. The three of them. So Kate, this guy, his name's Tyler, I think. Angela and Tyler. They became in a showman's. They're still together. He's a lifeguard. She's a swimsuit model. That's what she is. He's a little sweeter than she is. Her, Casey, and him were in a bigger alliance. At the end, ultimately, Casey won it all. He came in second, and he only picked Casey over his showmans because they had a day one alliance or whatever. But the three of them sort of got each other to the end. It's fine. They live together now in Myrtle Beach. As far as I know, him and her were still together because he was on All Stars. He's nice. They're nice. I think their love is real. She's good at competitions. She sits back and lets people do her dirty work and sort of flies under the radar. She is composed and she is good. We'll see how far she gets.
And she finished in the top 3. Why does my my audio sounds crazy?
It's Emmy. I mean, you didn't believe she was an alien. She's hacking and letting you know. Okay, cool. Cool scoop on Angela. Okay, so Derek X is next, and this is a sweetheart. I love Derek X. I think we already kind of talked about him, but
I think we all like Derek. Yeah,
love him.
Kylan's after Derek. I mean, he's in the cookout right now, so whatever.
Okay, So Kylan always gave me the vibes of like, you're so nice that are you actually really nice?
Ooh, I feel the same way. I got that vibe.
Well, so Jenna saw this. So Dan, insight for you, because I remember this powerfully. And now I don't like Kylan. And on top of not liking him, I feel betrayed.
Yeah.
Because I think I loved him. Was really
that many loves?
Yeah, like he was my favorite.
Luke, you're
No,
dead.
not romantic. Loved him to win Big Brother. Not the way I love Kira. So loved him, like wanted him to win. And then Jenna, I think we got the answer to that question of is this sincere?
She frozen for you, Jenna.
No, well, we saw, so Kylan felt that he felt like betrayed by Xavier at some point, and he goes real low. He's like, your nephew watching, like Xavier, who won, has like a nephew that's great. I feel like Kylan felt betrayed, but it was strategic game where you couldn't be that pissed, and he went low.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it was embarrassing. Like all of a sudden it flipped everything. Like I was like, oh, was nice guy Kylan all an act? Because to flip that and be that dirty, like when you're going for someone at the end was. So I agree. Like I feel now like I don't like him at all. Like that
he kind of gives that aura that he's like 1 minute away from snapping, possibly.
And
like
we saw him snap when he didn't get what he wanted on. Yeah. So and I kind of forgive him because it was close to the end. I feel like he was like almost going to be runner up, and then he chose someone else to be whatever. Anyway, but he did snap and show his true colors. So now I don't like him.
Yeah. And I mean, we talked about the elimination and you guys talked about who you were upset leaving. I honestly wanted Kylan and Azza to leave over Sally and Giovanni.
Me too.
They were no.
Yeah.
Wait, you wanted Giovanni to leave. I wanted Giovanni to beat Kylan and Azza.
I did too.
Wait.
I wanted underdogs to win. I wanted Sally.
With that said, I still wanted Sally to come back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you said you were so happy that.
You're right. I don't like Sally or Giovanni or whatever his name is in this season so far, even though they're gone now. But I like them over the cookout. The cookout just rubbed me so wrong. So yeah, I was going the other way. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I just feel like they're boring compared to Sally and Giovanni. Like Azza and Kylan were just boring. But we'll see. Things can change. Okay.
Survivors next. We got Dominic first. Any thoughts on Dominic?
Wait,
for him.
I don't think he was in it. Was he in this episode?
He was very briefly. He was there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have zero comment because I don't remember him even for a second.
That's gonna happen because I still don't remember who David is, and we already talked about David. I have no idea who David is.
I think we should move on to Mr. Tyson because Tyson is like he's the one coming in hot.
Yeah. This guy, Tyson's coming in hot. He's also obviously from Survivor. Did he win the damn thing? Like
he won Survivor twice, I think.
Twice, yeah. Like he's like killing it. He's just like, he seems like he has everything down. He doesn't seem like he has a weakness. I mean, maybe if you put him like in a strength lifting contest, like a weightlifting contest, maybe. Besides that, I think this dude's gonna be ego.
I think his ego will be his downfall. I don't know him, but we saw him. I loved Shannon's partner,
James. You'll get it. You'll get there.
Like, I feel like he was like, I know he wants to be. I thought like he manipulated him beautifully in a perfect way that it's all his ego. Like if you tell him and make him think it's his idea and he wants to hear it, this guy can be manipulated because he thinks his shit don't stink.
I don't know, but he also said, "You're welcome, James." Like Tyson also like threw it back at him. He was like, "Well, you're welcome, James, because next time it probably won't be that way."
Well, that's what Pam is saying. And I agree with you, Pam. I wrote that down too. That was the takeaway of James said, I feel like Angela listens to you. Like, I feel like he was definitely stroking Tyson's ego. And I was like, that was really smart because
we'll get to James. I like James. Yeah, we'll get to him too.
And Tyson's like, yeah, I feel that way too about Angela listening to him. It's like, okay.
You're right. You're right. She does listen to me. She will listen to me. So Tyson straight, off the get, I liked him because he said something like, never would I I never felt closer to God than when I was being handed a check from a corporation when all I did was
being a villain on TV, right?
And manipulate. And I was like, oh, that's fun. Like
it was fun. It was funny because that did win me. You're right.
He had more good lines as well. Like At one point, he's like, I don't care who goes home. Like, everyone can leave. Bye. Like, just leave now. Like, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, he's just telling people to go home. It was great.
Yeah, he's one of those personalities I was teasing in the beginning when I said, you know, you have the people who are fun, you have the people who are cocky, you have the people who you might love or hate or love to hate. And he's kind of like, I don't hate him, but he might fall a little bit more into the category of love to hate just because he has that cocky and arrogance. But like, it doesn't really bother me. I just think usually cocky and arrogant people fall into that sort of category, but his cockiness to me is like entertaining. And
but that's what's great about him. He's either going to be, for me, a love to hate character or a love character, but he's not going to be a hate. He's not going to be a Josh or a Fessy. He's going to be one of the other two. And so I can't wait to see what Tyson does. I just don't know how to feel about him yet. I think he's a love to hate right now, personally, but we'll see.
And he said, I want to win every challenge. And what did he do? He won the first challenge. So
he's up. He's 1-0.
Really good pace. Really good start.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Cowboy Ben.
Oh God. Cowboy Ben's next. What do you think of Ben? I don't really remember much about Ben.
I remember liking him and being disappointed that he got voted off. But again, the cookout just sort of picked everybody off. I think he was on that season. And I think he's cute. I think he has a family and stuff and is a farmer. I remember thinking he was sweet, but didn't get to know him.
All right, Ben, there goes Ben. Bye, Ben.
That's all. We don't know. We don't know anything. Same thing with Tasha. We don't know anything about her.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Tasha's next.
Ben was on more. I missed his. He was on 2 seasons or something. I missed him. I just remember him leaving pretty early.
Tasha, though, got second place in Cambodia Survivor, so that's cool. I guess that means she's probably good at stuff. Surviving.
She had some good confessionals.
All right.
We don't know much about Tasha, but we do know a lot about Sarah.
Oh, I hate Sarah so far. Can't stand this one. Oh, she can go home right now. Hate Sarah, the cop.
I don't remember.
Sarah's the cop.
Sarah is
I don't like her.
The cop, and you're gonna know that she is.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
F this chick. Don't like her.
But I feel kind of similarly. It's not that I would say F her or hate her, but she has a lot of confidence and cockiness too. But what is it about her cockiness that ruffles you more than Tyson's?
I have to go back and rewatch it, but there were legit moments. Like when I first found out she was a cop, I wrote it down, didn't care that she was a cop. Like, oh, that's great. Good. You're a cop. That's great. But then later on, she had a couple more conversations or confessionals that rubbed me the wrong way with her cockiness. And I don't want to say them out loud because they won't be exactly correct. But I just remember saying like, God, I don't like the way she's saying these words. So yeah, that's how.
No, I agree. I got the similar vibe too, where she just was like rubbing me the wrong way with her cockiness. Like she kept saying, you know, she's like, you can just give me the check right now. I'm a cop. I'm a cop. I'm a cop.
Yeah, I'm a cop. Yeah, the 3 I'm a cops after each sentence. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. We know already.
By the way, I'm going to win because I'm a cop and I'm a cop. I was just like, okay, like we get it. So yeah,
we don't care. Yeah.
Hashtag I'm a cop.
I was kind of annoyed, I think, because she was partnered with someone who I really liked. Who was she partnered with?
Sarah was partnered with, I have it all written down. I should be able to find her name.
I didn't even love to hate her.
Enzo, she was with Enzo. That's why you're mad.
That's what it is. Because, well, you know what? I think Enzo needs it. I think Enzo needs the yin to his yang, right? Maybe he needs someone to be a little bit more of like a bull, but I hope it doesn't. I hope she doesn't come in too hard where she ruins his social game just because she is going around like puffing her chest.
But they're not partners.
We'll get to it.
Right. Oh my gosh.
We'll get to it. But listen to this. So that's that's good news for you, Jenna. But it's funny. I wrote down everyone's teams. I wrote them all the team names down. But next to Sarah's name, I have a little arrow pointing at her, and no one else has a comment besides her. And it just says annoying. That's what I wrote. Isn't that why I wrote that down for her? Like that's how annoyed I must have been watching it.
She was just her. Like my personality is police. My personality is
I am a cop.
Like that is just me cop, me equal cop, Sarah cop, the end. That was the story. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm sure at some point this season she'll break down all the tattoos she has on her left arm here. I guarantee it that we're going to learn all about what each of these means. And they all are cop.
I don't know if that's a guarantee, but
cop related. I'm just trying to be funny. Okay. Apparently I am Giovanni.
Listen, Giovanni. Okay, Danny McCrae, we talked about him. I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's sweet. I think he's adorable. Yeah. He always brings up his wife. I love when someone loves.
Isn't his wife's name Kiki? Kiki?
Is it? I can't remember.
Kiki, do you love me? Isn't that song? I love Danny. I think this guy's great. I'm rooting for him 100%. I'm on board with this guy. And I don't like the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm still rooting for him.
Love this guy too. Adorable. Like, he's so cute. Love the way he talked, rubbed me positively.
Ooh, nothing wrong with that.
But he seems good vibes. He seems like he's another in it to win it. I feel like good things for him. And I love that his wife, he's like, my wife said, if you get the opportunity to be with Shan, be with Shan. I like that.
So what's the story? So Shan's next on our list. What is the relationship between the two? They're both from Survivor, but what was the deal? They didn't like each other on Survivor, maybe, or something?
I don't know.
I remember him saying that he made a vote that had her exit the game.
Okay, something like that, right? Okay, something bad went down.
Somehow.
Shan, I don't really know how to feel about Shan. I like that she was with Danny. I like that they placed in the top 3 for the challenge. So that was cool, but I don't know anything else about Shan. She's next.
She was funny. She's like, I'll pray for you, but I'm still gonna win. Like,
oh, that was good. Oh, she said, I don't know who said what line. There's too many of them.
Pray for you, but like, I'm not gonna let you win.
Okay, that's a fun line. I like her now. Great. I like her because of one line.
She's a preacher. Like, she's a pastor.
Oh, I do. That's cool. Good for her.
That's why she was I'll pray for you is funny. She's like, I mean, it's still a game. She's like, I'm not here as your pastor. I'm here to freaking win. No, I liked her a lot.
I'm into that. And I like Desi too. I like Desi's next on our list. She's also from Survivor. I thought that she seemed cool, like just like a cool, like someone I'd want to like hang out with, and like she'd teach me how to be more cool because I'm not that. That's the vibe I got. I was like, she could teach me things.
She seems cool and strong and muscular, and I want to see more. She was just one of those that kind of
she does finish in the top 3 though with Cinco, aka Melvin. So that was cool. The next girls, now we're on to Amazing Race now, and there's not many of them on this show. I think only 3 as I recall. And the first one's Kayla. I got a bad vibe from her, but then I got good vibes from her. So I'm on the good side of her right now as we talk. Yeah.
I never got bad vibes from her, but I do think that she came in feeling prepared, and then she didn't perform wonderfully at first on the first challenge, but she bounced back. It was her and David.
I think
she figured out the numbers. It took her another minute, but she eventually got it. But she did come in as like, I'm ready, got this, I know what I'm doing. And so she did take a little bit of like a hit of, okay, slow down, you got to still figure it out.
With that, that's how I perceived her.
She saved her team. She saved, because David did not know what the hell that number was, and now I'm remembering who David was. David was one that he was like this at the end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just gets very like.
Is that what he's about? Yeah, because I was like, she had to put that number into that thing. He could have thought it was 5 numbers long.
Yes.
He didn't know idea what was going on.
David it's all coming back to me. He was on a season, then he was on an all-star season. He had left first, then he was on all-star season with Devon. That's what I'm thinking of him. Yeah, he comes in, he's got weird, like overly dramatic thoughts that get in his way. I feel like he gets in his own way. I don't think there's big things for David.
Okay. So we talked about Kayla. The next one is Leo. Leo, I like him. I like them. I like all the Amazing Race people because they have such a small group, and I think all 3 are going to try to work together. So I don't know what else to say about Leo. We didn't really learn too much. We saw him talk to James real quick. That's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about him.
What I have to say about Leo is that he just gives my boy Enzo another glimmering confessional where Enzo's like, yeah, I like Leo, but he talks about his cats too much.
That was okay. So that was weird. Enzo. All right. Enzo made fun of the cats.
Yes,
okay.
He does. And Leo did talk about his cats a lot, and one of his cats' name is Leo.
Yeah, that was weird.
My cats, I literally, that's what I wrote down. I'm like, wait, you named your cat like the Leo.
So I thought he was referring to himself in the 3rd person, like Leo and whatever the cat's Whiskers live together. But no, he has another cat named Leo.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I'm with Enzo on this one. It's like he is certainly talking about his cats a lot. Like,
I love that you just picked a miscellaneous cat name and it was Whiskers. Like, that's just so perfect. And also, yeah, could you imagine if it was like, okay, come here, Pam. Come here, little Pam. Like, Pam.
That's so weird.
Well, then they could call it LP, though. LP's kind of a cool name for cat. Come on, LP. Get over here, LP. Little Pam. Yeah. Not bad.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, see, not that bad.
It could be LP too. Little pause.
Did show earrings.
Little pause. Why you put? Are you putting on your earrings at the end of the? She's getting ready for Patreon, Pamela. She's getting ready for our Patreon.
If you want to see me with 2 earrings on, make sure you tune in. You only get to see 1 right now.
I'm gonna take my shirt off for our Patreons and watch out. Come on over. Come and check it out.
For our only Patreons.
Oh, our only Dan. Only Dan's.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna start calling Larry LP. Little pause.
Oh,
Okay.
little
We
love.
So no, final guy, James.
Director.
Right?
It's James. James is last. I like James. I liked his politicking during the show. I thought it was great. And his mouth was agape for like 5 minutes at the end of the episode. So go rewatch it. It's absolutely hilarious. His mouth does not close when he finds out about the new TJ's twist, as we're calling them.
The Price is Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, agreed. James is great. He's going to be very entertaining to watch. I was very, very happy he did not even have to go into elimination, because I thought it would be a loss for us to lose that early as viewers, because he won his season. He's obviously has a dynamic personality and is thinking game. So let's keep him around.
And is again likable. Sometimes those people, the guy you love to hate, we love to hate maybe, that God, I felt close to God when I was screwing the world. This guy seems like all right. Like, I like him. He's honest, but he's gamey. Like, I like this guy. He's a good.
All right. And here's, before we go over to our Patreon, I'll leave you all with my conspiracy.
Okay.
And it's very simple. How could producers not just go over to Tyson and say, hey, Tyson, you have it down to these 2 teams that you want to go in. We got Selly and Unfunny Guy over here, and we got James and Shannon, who we think might actually give something to this show. Can you do us a solid? Because we put you on all these damn shows, Tyson. Can you just put in Selly for this one and maybe makes it? Because we don't want to lose James yet. Boom, there's your conspiracy for the night.
All right.
Yeah,
It's probably not true, but I'm sorry, but I'm trying to let y'all know Giovanni did not make good TV for me. So there you go.
Okay, when Shannon didn't make good TV for me, but she did for you guys. Something for everybody. There's something for everybody in the reality TV land.
Do you guys watch I Think You Should Leave?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Jenna, I just started watching it, and when
there's 2 seasons, Pamela, so you got a lot to watch.
I couldn't breathe. Like, I literally was laughing so.
It's amazing. Did you see the Santa episode?
Yeah.
When he says it's sort of a cosmic gumbo. So that's what this was reminding me of. It's a cosmic gumbo. There's something for everyone.
I don't think I've seen that yet, but I was like, there's this funny thing, because I was watching it without him, and he's like, I watched that with you. And I'm like, how did you not show this to me? Because Luke had watched it already, the first season. I still can't stop laughing. Whenever I think about it, it comes to me like, I hate bald boys. The girl that was locked in Charlie Brown in a parade. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I've only watched certain episodes because people talk about them, so I just go to those. God. I need to sit. There's too much to watch.
The hat. Have you heard about the hat one? Dan, we have to post in our link. It is that's where I literally was like, I can't.
Or we can just tell people to go to Netflix and watch it.
The hat one.
The only link I'm posting, Pamela, is for Patreon. Damn it, Patreon. Go to our Patreon.
And watch I Think You Should Leave.
Watch I Think You Should Leave. Look up the hat.
Giant fucking hat.
The hat, but also at the end of that whole thing, I was like, wait, what was the original premise? Like, why are they here? It was so funny, because the my friend I was watching it with, we were like, I don't know, and then we couldn't stop laughing at that.
So good.
Rewind the whole thing, and we were like, what was even the setup for this? Because it's just so ridiculous. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Just comedy entertainment. Okay, off to our Patreon.
All right. So if you wanted to watch us actually cover the show now, head over to our Patreon. Just click the link in the description, then you can just go right over there.
Jenna in 2 earrings, and I'm gonna grab a little pause for part 2. So
Dan and shirtless Dan. So
shirtless.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of a cosmic gumbo on our Patreon.
Hold on, I'll give you some right shoulders.
Whoa! Only Pam's coming through.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.